Hello and welcome to Newsnight. I'm Lanre Lasese. Thank you for joining us tonight. Now we're exploring a fascinating field of science, one that many Nigerians may not yet be familiar with, but one that could be quietly shaping the health of millions of us right beneath our feet. It's called medical geology. And to help us understand this emerging science, we're joined by a pioneer, Nigeria's first ever professor of medical geology. So, Prof, I would like to thank you for making our time to be on our program today.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Now, for our viewers who may for the first time be hearing of this, and I have to confess, I'm hearing of it for the first time, can you tell us exactly what medical geology is all about?
I'm happy all the time to tell all humans globally what this emergent discipline is all about. From the word medical geology, you know that it is geology applied to medicine or health. And it is basically the study of geologic materials such as rocks, water, minerals, and geologic processes such as erosion, volcanicity or volcanism, earthquakes, floods, tsunamis, and their impact on health of humans, animals, and the environment. This impact could be positive or negative. So this is one simple way
of explaining
what medical geology is.
Okay, so we understand you're the first professor of this discipline. I would like you to first start, how did you get into this field?
Let me say, through adventure. I had set out to specialize in environmental hydrogeology.
Okay.
And by divine providence, I was assigned a Polish professor of blessed memory, late Professor Krzysztof Schonek in Abiu area. And when I got to him and told him what my proposal was, he said, "Why do you people recycle knowledge? So much has been done on environmental hydrogeology." He now told me that in the mid-70s, he was the chief hydrogeologist of the Polish Oil Corporation, and they examined several boreholes for pharmacodynamic elements in their produced formation water, and that nobody has bothered to check produced formation water from the Nigerian oil fields for such properties. So I told him, "Okay, Prof, this sounds interesting. I will delve into it." And so at the MSc level, I studied produced formation waters from the entire Niger Delta oil fields. And I got motivated from outcomes of result analysis that proved that these waters were actually medicinal. And I took it up at the doctoral level and mapped West Africa. This time around, not for PFWs, that's produced formation water. These are waters we refer to as connate waters. Waters that come, or fossil waters, that come from depths of 1 kilometer, 3 kilometers beneath the earth's surface. They are heavily mineralized. So I looked at another variant of these water resources. This time around, hot waters issuing from the subsurface alongside the application in conjunction with other geologic materials for therapeutic purposes. So this is how it began. Some may say accidental, some may say intentional, but I say it was true adventure.
Yeah, but from what you're saying now, I'm still wondering, where did the term medical geology, how did that come about?
Yeah, because it borders on health. Yeah, it's geologic materials and their impact on public health. Like I said, some geologic materials have therapeutic properties,
yes,
healing properties. For instance, if you browse the term healing waters, you will see different species of these waters. If you browse the term healing muds or clays or peat or rocks or minerals, you will see a lot of information on that. Positive side, used for therapeutic purposes. Again, if you browse geomedical diseases or mining-related occupational health diseases, you will come across things like the black lung disease or coal miners pneumoconiosis. So it's a type of pneumonia associated with coal mining. Or even just farmers who make contacts on daily basis with manganese toxic soils. They have a type of elephantiasis that is non-viral. Yes, it's mineral-induced elephantiasis called podoconiosis. Then there's another type of cancer. I could go to the hospital and they search me and ask questions such as, do you smoke? Answer is no. So how come you have cancer of the lungs? Maybe it's just someone who does not wear proper protective gear, working with a rock quarry, inhaling white dust, rich in silica. That type of cancer is called silicosis. So that's the medical. We help physicians to demystify certain disease conditions. The so-called witchcraft diseases is common in Africa. When you are taken to hospital, they are passed through labs and they come up, they say they didn't see anything.
They didn't see anything.
Yes.
That should correspond with the conditions you are...
Yeah, but from microbes. Because the physicians are trained to understand viruses, germs, bacteria. It's only the medical geologists now that can say no.
And be able
bring
to...
the tissue, bring the blood sample, bring the hair, bring the fingernail. Let's test the fingernails for tissues, for certain toxic levels of heavy metals or inhaled toxins from dust, even the common dust, the harmattan dust carries some of these very toxic elements that have now introduced medicine into geology or activated geology in the services of the health sector.
Okay, so I want to take you back. You mentioned that you did your study to look for therapeutic waters. Do we have therapeutic waters in Nigeria?
We have.
Really?
We have. We are blessed. In fact, the good news for Nigerians, without provoking any other West African to be envious or jealous of Nigeria, is that of the total number of 8 medicinal springs in West Africa, 5 are in Nigeria.
Really?
5, yes.
And they are known?
They are known. We have, they are known but not used. 2 have very limited use for recreational purposes. They are actually not medicinal waters, but thermal oligomineral waters. This means they do not have total dissolved solids or mineralization of up to 1,000 milligrams per liter. But they are famous, they are popular. If not for insecurity, these are locations that are always receiving tourists. I'm talking about the famous Wiki Spring at the Yankari Game Reserve and the famous Ikogosi Spring in southwest Nigeria.
Okay.
Yeah, so, but they are thermal, but not medicinal.
No, okay.
Those that are medicinal, unfortunately, maybe because of knowledge gap as it were.
Then.
But now we have researched, I've looked at them in conjunction with the Polish Institute of Hygiene and Health Resource Materials. We have found out that the Beatrice borehole in Awe, the Akiri hot spring in Awe again, the hot spring in Kiana, and 2 other hot springs, Tangarahu and Ruanzafi, all in I want to use geologic terms, Middle Benue Trough or Central Nigeria are medicinal springs, and their type of medicinal water is called thermomineral chlorosodic springs.
When you term them as healing waters, or like you said, therapeutic waters, what does that mean? Is it that they heal everything, or what does that mean?
It means they have curing capacity based on their pharmacodynamic element content, or if you like, based on their medicinal chemistry content.
And healing for what?
Yeah, I'm coming to that. For instance, the popular type we have in Nigeria that I've just mentioned, chlorosodic, from the word chloride. We know what chlorine does in water. Yeah, it is antibacterial agent, it is anti-germicidal agent, it is used for cure of gynecological, gastrointestinal, and dermatological ailments, skin diseases. So you can see geologists talking medicine.
This is interesting, but I don't want us to. It's interesting to hear this, and I'm happy to hear that Nigeria has healing waters. But I also like us to go to other parts, because when you go through the issue of, and I'm happy the way you outlined it in terms of some of the conditions of whether it's like you said, tsunamis, whether it's earthquake, mudslide. But interestingly, you mentioned the issue of water and also the issue of mining. Now, I would like us to go to the issue of water itself, because I think one of the things we mentioned or we know is that while we are talking about the healing waters, there's also, like you mentioned, the possibilities that waters are the greatest drivers of some of the problems of health. Now, when you look at the way water is scarce in Nigeria, a lot of people take their water from boreholes. What is your finding from the borehole culture in Nigeria?
Yeah, the first finding, or very, very factual conclusion I have drawn, is that we assume in error that all borehole water is potable water, is clean water, is safe water, is hygienic water, or nutritional water. Far from it. Borehole waters could also be contaminated waters, polluted waters, depending on aquifer dynamics and subsurface fluid interactions, fluid to fluid and fluid to well rock or host rock interaction.
You've said a lot of words there. I'm sure you know plenty of us don't understand.
Yes.
So when you say
fluid to fluid,
yes.
Let's say a borehole has sewage water leaking into it.
This despite the fact that most boreholes are many meters below surface.
Water travels. I told you of certain waters that are 1 kilometer, 3 kilometer deep, even though, except where there are major fractures, that surface waters can get there. Borehole waters are near shallow waters. Many boreholes are less than 100 meters deep. Yes, so water from the surface, from the subsurface, can still travel into our boreholes and contaminate them.
are contaminated. So what's your advice? Because a lot of people depend on boreholes now.
Yes, to a large extent, and as a general rule, so groundwater is safer than surface water because surface waters are more prone to contamination and pollution compared to groundwater. So on a general note, people assume that all groundwater resources are safe or potable, like I described initially. The advice is to have standardized safe limits. You don't build a deep soakaway and then less than 5 meters, 10 meters from it is where you are drilling your borehole. There must, when we're even talking borehole, it's not all groundwater that is from a borehole. Some use hand dug wells, which are even more shallow.
Wells, yes.
Exactly. Because actually a borehole is a narrow well. It's also a well. So when that happens, you cannot boast of taking safe water when safe limits, safe distances are not observed, no thorough inspection to say, no, my borehole is not being drilled. In Nigeria, we don't even have this transparent fence culture. Most houses are fenced, brick wall. So you really know whether you are drilling your borehole beside someone's soakaway. A lot of reasons. Beside a chemical plant that is seated on a fractured surface or subsurface, and then it discharges its effluent water. The water goes through the fracture right into your borehole. You are happy that you are extracting water from a borehole.
Clean water.
Yes.
From a borehole.
Yes. So this is important. Safe limits, safe distances, and then we must have this culture of testing. Once a hole is drilled and water starts shooting up, the borehole owner is happy. He does not, at that point, he or she does not care about quality laboratory analysis any longer. I have found water. Neighbors come and queue up and find.
Yes, and he's not the...
Yes, and distributing poison, So,
they should be tested.
Unintentional.
They should be tested. The water should be tested.
It must be taught in a reputable laboratory.
Do we have
Unfortunately, in Nigeria, reputable laboratories are hard to come by. Yes, we have doctored results waiting because people want to make ends meet. Reagents are finished, but people have, like I said, doctored results on their computers and then waiting to print and hand over to unsuspecting clients.
So we do have some labs.
We have laboratories.
But we do not have a regulator to ensure that they are carrying out and doing the test they should do.
Absolutely. Okay. And if we are to call for results of analysis from every borehole owner, this will be established.
Now I want to take you, because I do know that in some places when you boil some borehole water, you will see residue. Like if the water boils, you see some white. Can you tell us from your medical point, what does that tell you?
From my knowledge of medical hydrogeology, that is a very bad commodity for consumption. It's actually water I give the scientific name. Those are bicarbonate waters, water rich in hydrogen carbonate, and it is typical hard water that induces heart attacks through increased BP. So hard waters or hardness in water activates or sparks off heart attacks, heart problems generally. So that's the type of water you have just described. And we have hard water species in many locations in Nigeria. There are simple ways of treating or removing.
Okay.
So some are organic, some are very artificial. It depends on the type of filter you are using. Some can even use ash to remove heavy metals or bicarbonate from water, or chemicals that will react to remove the bicarbonate from the water. One of the easiest ways is through the boiling. That is at the end you have some residue.
So you've tried to a point.
Yeah, but it's not sufficient. Just stop drinking that water.
Okay.
Look for another source of drinking water. You can wash with it, but believe you me, you will still spend more on detergents and soap.
Right.
It's hard. That's why it is called hard water. Okay. It does not also form easily. And if you bathe with it, the skin also reacts with such water, because your soap will hardly mix properly with the water.
So when it comes to the issue of advice to the public, like you've said now, they should filter, they should boil, but what would you say should be the best way of addressing that?
Yes, you pass the water through peat. If we have peat in Nigeria, if we do not have peat.
What's peat?
It's another, those who know how diamond is formed, it begins with peat.
Okay.
And it will go down to coal, and eventually further metamorphism or intense heat and pressure will convert your coal up to graphite, what we use in making pencils. Yes, and the last stage of transformation of peat is your diamond. So peat is a humic substance rich in organic compounds. So it can remove some of the hardness or most of the hardness. You can use ash. You can also, like I said, use chemical reagents that will react with the bicarbonate and precipitate sodium bicarbonate or calcium carbonate.
But if I'm to take away from what you're saying now, so everybody that digs a borehole should get it tested?
Absolutely. If not, you might have drilled into poison that would slowly take a toll on your health. We are not helping ourselves when we drill boreholes and do not care about the chemistry of the water we're using from such boreholes.
Okay, but you know there's some people who dig boreholes and there's this filter they put on it before it comes out. Does that help?
And then again, most people drill boreholes. Once water comes out, they are happy they have found water.
Yes.
After 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, the borehole stops producing water. Either there is excessive withdrawal of groundwater, which has lowered the water table, or they were not very mindful of the subsurface geology of the area. And so you drill into a clay-rich material. Before you know it, those filters are blocked or clogged, and then there wouldn't be water again. And if you do not put the right filter or sieves, then you may take smaller clay material that sometimes, after storing water in your bucket, you find out that there are some fine deposits beneath the bucket or the water itself, or eventually your water discharge points, the tap, the shower,
yes,
etc., gets sealed or clogged. So The filter will help, but the knowledge of the geology, subsurface geology, is what will help the most in determining what type of filter you lower there.
Is there not a failing on government's part in this whole scenario? Because it appears nobody is actually, no part of government is doing anything about this.
Yes. Big administrative, legislative policy gap that is required from the side of government. The policy aspects will cater for even who gets the permit to drill a borehole. Where should the borehole be sited? Where should it be sited? How many should be in a particular area? Very large estates, for instance, are coming up in Abuja.
Yes.
Yes. Every building in the estate does not need a borehole. Has alternative or complementary water supply source in the absence of the municipal water scheme.
Yes.
Maybe 5 boreholes in a housing estate of 100 apartments, integrated, can serve every home.
And that should be something that should have been legislated.
Exactly.
And put in
that, yes. That is why everybody wants to drill. If there's a policy on integrated water supply or integrated groundwater supply, it will limit the number and intensity of borehole development all over Nigeria, not just in the capital city. Yes.
Okay.
So lawmaking will regulate.
Yes.
It will talk about penalties, fines,
yes,
etc., even including imprisonment if where the need arises.
Let's take a short break. We'll be right back. Professor, welcome back from that short break. I'd like us to go into another area of your profession, and I think this one has to do with the issue of movement of the soil and all that. You mentioned before tsunamis, earthquakes and all that. Some days ago, there was a tremor in Abuja, and I think a lot of people did not feel it, but when they now read about it, it led to a lot of concern. I would like you to talk to us about that.
Yes. First, let me say Nigerians should rejoice that we are not expecting earthquakes to happen around here.
That's good to know.
Yes, because we are seated on a geologic landscape called the West African Craton.
Okay.
And it is a stable craton. It is minimally or never at all affected by either submarine earthquakes, which we call tsunamis, or earthquakes themselves. And the West African Craton is also shielded, or if you like, immune from deep-seated fractures or tectonic activity. So for now it will be tremors, which can be mitigated.
Okay.
It can also be forecasted based on seismic shock reports. So this is the good news. But a tremor is also devastating. It can lead to loss of lives, loss of infrastructure, and loss of assets, including environmental degradation. So this is why, in spite of the fact that we do not have earthquake phenomenon here, we should still be interested in understanding tremors and mitigating against their occurrence where there are man-made contributions. We are all mitigating their impact through early warning or forecasting.
Okay, but we have the capacity to forecast.
Yes.
Okay.
We have seismic stations here in Abuja.
Okay.
And we have another one actually seated in my university.
Okay.
Yeah, a seismic station is in Kefi. And then we have another one in southern Kaduna.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, I want to understand, because I think some people will tell you that we didn't used to have tremors. Did we?
It's a recent
occurrence. And so is that not signaling that
it is more of human induced occurrences?
What do you mean by that?
Yes. Abuja is a fast-growing city.
Okay.
It requires construction raw materials to evolve, and this cannot be sourced most times without blasting. And whenever we are blasting to mine rocks, what we call rock quarrying or rock mining, we will induce vibrations. We will induce shock waves.
That go down.
Yes. And Abuja is not on the most stable of geologic provinces. It's not from the Younger Granite province. Abuja is seated on the basement complex. The basement complex is made up of highly weathered, tectonically disturbed, weakened and fractured rocks. So a massive blast or explosion sending down shock waves could trigger subsidence, certain slicking side-style movements, where, for instance, the palms, geologic rocks adjacent to each other could glide or slide past each other once they are deeply fractured. And then it is made a lot easier, especially in the rainy season, where such fractured spaces are filled with water. Water will become a lubricant.
So from what you're saying now is we can have more tremors and even have something greater
if we do not regulate the way we mine rocks for construction purposes. If we do not regulate siting of buildings, especially massive infrastructure like dams, like bridges, like high-rise buildings. And also, if we do not regulate where we started from, the borehole drilling.
Oh, borehole too has a role to play in this.
Why not? It is holes. When you are drilling several holes into the rock fabric, you are weakening that fabric. So imagine a strong vibration through blasting. Imagine what will happen when so many holes have been drilled into a hitherto solid rock mass. Those pore space, those holes could collapse. And again, I said, it's not every geologic formation or rock type that is very stable or strong to withstand certain vibrations, movements, subsidence, or collapse.
But just as we were speaking earlier, most people do not even, I'm not sure those tests are done before siting or where you're going to dig a borehole.
I said borehole drilling is arbitrarily done. It's all about who has money, cash, to drill a borehole. Most times it starts and ends there.
No, but the people that drill the borehole, I thought part of their own job is to also be geologists who can now see, let's not dig here. It's the rock formation, blah, blah, blah.
Yes, you are very correct, where the right experts are involved. Most times they will tell you they have carried out a test for borehole drilling. Mm-hmm. It is not a geotechnical engineering test. It is a simple resistivity exploration test, just to determine where there is more water on the subsurface. That's all.
And where it's easier to...
Yes, it is not a test that will tell you about the competence of the subsurface rocks. That's not the type of test we are carrying out. So it's supposed to be a lithological test, as well as a resistivity survey. Most times it's resistivity survey that is carried out. And the lithological test or survey is not done. What matters is let water come out.
And let the people that drill it get paid.
Yes.
You know, this conversation we're having reminds me that there was a point where there was a bill, I think whether it was the 8th or the 9th Senate, where there was this, the 8th or the 9th National Assembly. There was this issue of a water bill that was trying to regulate the way boreholes were dug, focusing on the amount of water and all that. Do you know about that bill?
I know about it, but like most bills, it went with that session of the National Assembly. So it has to be rejected and driven to the latter to achieve its fullest purpose. So
but you believe
that Nigeria needs.
Okay.
Yes. Groundwater Regulatory Act or bill is important, and borehole regulation should come under such a bill, and another one will be needed to establish an agency that will manage groundwater resources specifically and give it a closer look and supervision. If not, excessive exploitation even of groundwater is unhealthy. The groundwater table has to be preserved. It has to be protected to guarantee continuous availability of groundwater resources for the citizenry.
Now, let me move to another, because time is not on my side. I want to move to the issue that is becoming more and more rampant in Nigeria. We seem to be focusing more now on mining. And it seems we're trying to move away from the southeast and move towards more solid minerals. And even states are being encouraged. Check, what do you have? What can be your own source of generating revenue? But while they've not done so well, what has risen is illegal mining and a lot of this. And recently, talking about health, I know some time back we had this issue of the Zamfara lead poisoning. What's your take on how we're going about the mining in Nigeria?
Through mining, we increase wealth.
Yes.
In this case, national wealth. Everything, including where we are seated, has one form of mineral
or the
other in it, including the biggest adventure of man, the space expeditions. So man will continue to thrive on mineral resources for advancement. Having said that, as a country, we're aspiring for more wealth, and so we cannot shy away from mining. Little wonder every government emphasizes the development of that sector. Sometimes one ministry can become 3 or 2 just to help the sector thrive. It needs regulation, more and more regulation. It needs funding. It needs technology transfer to guarantee maximum exploitation and minimal waste of mineral resources that are thrown off in several run of mines or it needs for maximum recovery and efficiency in mineral exploitation. You need the best or rather state-of-the-art technology. Mining in Nigeria lacks that at the moment. It needs funding. It needs more research. I want to shock Nigerians by saying that up to now, we do not fully know, we do not have a comprehensive list of our mineral wealth. There are many mineral resources we are endowed with, we are blessed with, that we are yet to discover or uncover, whose exploitation could be a lot easier, requiring even minimal state-of-the-art technology, less capital. E.g., the medicinal waters.
Like you said.
They are flowing out in vain. Dietary waters. I do not have to go to a pharmacy to buy a capsule bottle or container containing 60 capsules for 54,000 naira, when from a borehole or a spring we can get water rich in magnesium or calcium, and one bottle will just be 1,000 or 2,000 naira. And I take one bottle for 3 days in a week, and I have my source of dietary nutrients from natural water. And what does it take to bottle such water? Very minimal technology, less capital. So we must innovate mining. This is what I want to say. We must open up new frontiers, like agro-minerals from agro-geology. We must be able to uncover, unmask our agro-minerals, and you take them with little processing, they become fertilizers. And your food security projects are guaranteed, food sufficiency is enhanced, and even food quality, is restored. So this is what we need to do. More supervision, more regulation, more funding, better technologies for mining, and of course, I would like to say new unmasking of new mineral wealth of Nigeria through research.
Let me take you up on that, the way you mentioned that bottling. One is tempted to ask, which states, and are those states thinking along that line?
Yes, there is Ruanzafi in Numan. It is a...
Numan is in which state?
Adamawa. Adamawa, yes. For free, I can tell the federal government of Nigeria...
No, that would be under the state.
But mineral exclusive list.
Wait, does water fall...
But the state can go for the license.
No, but does water fall under exclusive...
Yes, once it becomes mineral water. Not ordinary water.
No, is you calling it mineral water?
No, it's mineral water.
The state will call it water.
No, but it has a unique egress.
Okay.
Natural quality.
But it's interesting. So this will now turn to something that will now need to...
Yeah, in Nigeria, we do not have a single brand of bottled dietary waters. If you travel to Europe, Serbia, the old Czechoslovakia, they rake in more than $4 billion annually by just bottling natural mineral waters from springs. In the United Kingdom, it's a $10 billion market annually. Tell me how many oil wells can give that.
Can give that.
It's water. Annually. It's just water.
And people
natural
drink water.
Yes, we're looking for lithium. We're looking for sophisticated minerals, rare earth metals or elements, when we have very cheap resources that if we focus on, okay, the Moroccan economy largely is resting on our phosphate deposits. That gives Morocco a very leading role as fertilizer producing nation, or fertilizer raw material producing nation. We have such. And
we're yet to make use of such.
We have a lot of fossils that qualify as pharmaceutical drugs. We have a lot of clays that the pharmaceutical industry is looking for. We are not trying to even beneficiate, that is, improve their purity levels and then use them in Nigeria. Somebody will come from China and pick the clay, beneficiate it, send it to China, manufacture medicaments, send it to Nigeria, we buy. But we can say no, come and set up that pharmacy industry here in Nigeria where the clay is. And it gives more value for our mineral wealth to Nigeria and Nigerians.
Before I let you go, I just want to know, are there areas of Nigeria where it appears we're not paying attention to when it comes to the issue of health that can be tied to the issue of mining that is not being observed?
Yes, several issues. From the construction industry.
Like you mentioned earlier.
Yes. Just move around Nigeria. It is worse during the dry period when dust is easily raised by moving heavy-duty equipment, bulldozers and caterpillars. You find those on the construction site without simple nose mask, without very basic PPEs, protective gears. It's rampant where they are building high-rise infrastructure and a lot of calcium carbonate dust from cement is raised. You find them working just like that.
And that is not even just only for themselves, even for the people in the neighborhood.
Yes. In Europe, in advanced countries, they will seal the community. They will protect it. No construction starts without noise protection, dust, and air pollution control.
Now that you're mentioning it, even when you talk of where they're blasting, the blast and when the dust goes...
I didn't even want to go to extreme case of the mining itself. Just road construction, just going to building sites tells you that, look, we have a lot of mining related, construction related occupational health ailments.
Just before I let you go, I want to understand, is the medical arm paying more attention to the possibility that this could be a leading cause of some of the illnesses we're facing now?
Yes, they are reckoning it. In fact, we have 3 founding fathers of medical geology.
Okay.
Yes, and 2 are geologists. One is a medical doctor. Okay. Yes. So from the inception, it gave the discipline was conceived in such a way that the medical experts, earth science experts or geologists will continue to play leading roles in the formation and application of the discipline.
No, I'm saying in Nigeria.
In Nigeria, it's new.
So our medical doctors are still not aware that instead of looking for bacteria and...
they are beginning to know now.
Okay.
With the advent and emergence or evolution of this discipline. And more so that the first even degree programs in medical geology at graduate level were put together in Nigeria by Nasarawa State University, Kefi. Okay. It is happening.
It is happening. Prof, we'd like to thank you so much for spending your time with us. Very grateful.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
I'm grateful.
Well, after listening to that, I'm sure you have plenty to reflect on. From the boreholes we dig to the water we drink and the way these actions affect the earth beneath our feet. It's clear there are consequences we often overlook, really. Truly a lot to think about there. We'd love to hear your perspectives. You can connect with us through our social media handles and email and join the conversation. You can also catch up on past episodes of Newsnight by visiting the Channels TV YouTube page. Just search for Newsnight, click on the playlist and take your pick. Well, I'd like to say thank you for staying with us tonight. Until next time, I'm Lanre Lasese. Good night.